Welcome to the jungle. I'm a lion looking to do a little hunting today. Let's see what's lurking in the bushes. This is a segment separate from Let's Have a Conversation called The Rant, where I will be looking up a lot of interesting videos and sharing some perspective and point of views on these videos. And, you're going to guess, surprisingly, what we're going to start with. And we're going to start with the current results to the Nevada Caucus. That's right, folks. The results. Let's see what we got, shall we?
I project that Bernie Sanders is the winner of the Nevada caucuses. This is another important victory for the senator in the most diverse state to vote so far, and it catapults his campaign and the progressive movement forward. It strengthens his status as the clear Democratic frontrunner. Bernie Sanders, the winner of the Nevada Democratic presidential caucuses. Let's go to Ryan Nobles. He's over at in San Antonio, Texas. That's where Bernie Sanders' campaign headquarters is right now. They're clearly watching CNN right now.
Okay, so I just want to pause this for a second. If you guys aren't completely aware of this by now, CNN, pretty much mainstream media, hasn't been really too kind to Bernie Sanders. A lot of this narrative, Bernie bros, without any actual evidence. There's kind of all this speculations and talking about Bernie needs to control his crowd, and reality is, I mean, that's like ridiculous because there are going to be millions and millions of people out there. It's impossible to maintain control of people you don't even know. Let's be real, you don't even know is either representing you or not, because obviously if he did, Bernie's already condoned it like 50 times. But anyways, besides the point, they've been kind of cruel to him, and it's kind of nice to hear the victory coming out from these guys.
Very, very happy, Ryan.
You got that right, Wolf. This crowd has been paying attention to the speakers, not looking at their phones, not paying attention to the news outside of this room, and learning for the first time right here that Bernie Sanders has become the winner of the Nevada caucuses, according to this CNN projection. Obviously, this is a very excited crowd, passionate about Sanders and his campaign, and it's important for the momentum to be behind a group like this, Wolf. The state of Texas, very crucial to the vote here in the next couple of weeks, March 3rd on Super Tuesday. And
You see, another thing I've been noticing recently on the campaign trail, and if you haven't been noticing, I'm just going to tell you straight off the bat a couple of the things my feedback on so far the Democratic, trail on who's doing what and how everybody's doing. I'm going to start off with Tulsi Gabbard. She is still in the race, sadly. I don't want to say sadly. She's a great woman, but I don't think at this point she has a chance of winning the nomination. She wasn't doing very well in the Nevada caucus as well. You'll probably see it over here on the projections. Tom Steyer, unless he buys this entire election, it's not happening. Michael Bloomberg might have a fair shot because he has the money, and super delegates are easily influenced when it comes to big money, if you're not aware. So knowing that maybe some other people behind closed doors are going to make that decision on who's going to win, that's why Bernie has to win the vast majority of votes, like popular votes too, because he really needs to prove that he's got momentum. And winning already 3, and let's face it, he's won 3. Iowa, it was a kind of BS. Let's talk about Buttigieg for a second on that. It was BS because Buttigieg actually paid the company, the app that actually did the Iowa caucus, a large sum of money. And, people say, oh, well, it wouldn't influence. It's kind of coincidence that also, I believe this person is also a Bill Clinton advisor, or used to work for Bill Clinton or the Clintons. So it seems a little shady. It's not, there's no actual facts, but the reality is, come on. It just looked obvious that Buttigieg got a slow momentum, so that way it looked like in Iowa he was number one, he was winning. That's why if you saw him, like when the reporters came to ask him questions, he just had this ridiculous smile on his face as he's walking past, doesn't even say anything, because clearly he knows there's something up. Obviously, that's all just theory, but it just seems pretty obvious in my book. Warren, if they continue to have Mike Bloomberg and her go at it in the they have like every week a debate, she has a good chance of winning this. But they're not going to have a debate every week, so she's not going to have a chance at this point in the election to win. I think she's been attacking the wrong candidates. She's been attacking the other ones who are much more easier targets like Trump does. But she's, she wants to go for the progressive top dog, and it's a little bit much. Anyways, let's continue from here. But so far, Klobuchar, Biden, they thought it was going to be the number one dog. Not. Now they're trying to get with Buttigieg. And Warren isn't doing so well. And yeah, let's see how it also plays out.
About this particular crowd, Wolf, is a group of many different races and colors. A lot of different speakers speaking Spanish, Latino supporters as well, an area and a group that Bernie Sanders has reached out to in a major way.
Exactly.
Incredible.
Diversity. This is the first time they're actually admitting, I think this is the first time they're admitting that he actually has a diverse crowd. After he won Nevada, okay? Because it's a very popular, diverse color group there. And now he's in Texas. He's dealing with another diverse group of people too. So, he's got the ball rolling.
It will be crucial for the vote in Texas, and it was crucial for the vote in Nevada as well. Now, Senator Sanders is expected to speak here in the next 10 minutes or so, and that's where he will, for the first time, claim victory in the Nevada caucuses. From the Sanders campaign's perspective, this is 3 in a row. They won the popular vote in Iowa, obviously not the winner yet. No one's been declared the winner there yet. They won in New Hampshire.
Bernie won Iowa. Let's just claim that, okay? This BS that they try to do the whole Buttigieg, he won that, because now Buttigieg is trying to use it in a speech where he's saying like, I'm the only one who beat Bernie in Iowa, like the only candidate here. So he's trying to use that as it's a good tactic move. You could say, hey, look, I took down I made the top dog bleed. So it works.
Now able to claim victory in Nevada before heading into South Carolina. Wolf,
South Carolina,
considered the front runner
I'm coming
since
for you.
That win in New Hampshire. The win here in Nevada, though, very impressive. It's the first win that they've had by a significant margin, which is so important symbolically.
Yeah, he won like big. He won major. Okay, we're about to see the numbers right now, I think.
This campaign moves forward.
Okay, we're back.
So you can hear the response here from this crowd, Wolf. Very excited and very happy about this win for Bernie Sanders and what it means for him and his campaign going forward.
Yeah, they certainly should be very happy, very excited. Important win for Bernie Sanders. Dana, this is 3 in a row, basically. He did really well in Iowa, really well in New Hampshire. Now he's projected to be the winner in Nevada.
And what you saw there, the energy there, is kind of a snapshot of the really big movement that he has, not just in Nevada, not just in those states that you talked about, but most importantly, across the country. And as we move into South Carolina, which is going to be the next, obviously, important state, but then into Super Tuesday and beyond, where you're going to have Michael Bloomberg, who is spending, more money than we even can imagine.
Okay, so let's get a couple things out of the way as far as Michael Bloomberg, okay? Michael Bloomberg, if you happen to see this, which I doubt you will, but... Okay, and the reason I give you that, buddy, is because being rich doesn't make you a god. Doesn't make you all-powerful. And he didn't even go... If you haven't been watching the campaigns, I recommend you watch the campaigns, because the reality is... Sorry, I had to adjust make sure my mic's working. Because Bloomberg didn't even run in any of the debates. He didn't go into any of the debates until just recently. He must have missed like 3 or 4 debates. And then he shows up, and he didn't even get anybody's support, anything like that. He just bought his way to the polls. He didn't go shake hands. He didn't get supporters. He just bought his way to the votes. And the DNC let him have it, let him slide, because obviously he has money, influence, even though they had rules against letting people like this into our, political process. They made the exception. I wonder, could it be because somebody offered him some money?
The only person who's going to be able to compete with that when it comes to money at this point is Bernie Sanders, because he's got got the wallet, and he's got small donors and the base who can keep that wallet full.
Exactly. See, that right there is super important. Okay, Bernie has supporters, grassroots supporters. That's the fundamental importance. I believe Warren now is actually getting super PAC money. Biden already did. You know, Buttigieg has billionaires hooking him up from the healthcare insurance companies and so on. Klobuchar has also got people on her side. You know, Tom's side, I have no idea. He's got his own money, so I don't know. But as far, and people are going to say, well, what about Mike Bloomberg? He doesn't have any influence. He's making, look, guys, let's get real. All that money he's spending, just like Trump's probably spent a little bit on his own money during his campaign, he's going to get it back once he gets into office. If Mike Bloomberg were to win, he's a billionaire wasting $200-300 million already on this whole campaign trail. You don't think he's going to find a way to get that money back? Not everyone's paying attention to where the money is going. $123 billion on military spending is already ridiculous that we didn't need, but apparently we can't provide healthcare and all this. So I'm not going to get into all that, but let's just continue from here, shall we? Because this is a victory day.
To be able to go up against him.
What a fascinating moment for Senator Sanders, who was the underdog throughout 2016. Now he has the baton. He's the leader of the race. He will be aware, if he didn't see it himself where he's in his holding room, of what Mayor Buttigieg just said. He knows what is coming. This will be a disaster for the party. You can't nominate Bernie Sanders. How does he deal with that? Number one, winning is how you deal with that. All these people keep saying, I can't beat Trump. Well, I keep beating them. That's one of the ways you answer that, by continuing to win. But it'd be very interesting in his tone here to see if he counters that, if he tries to reach out. He is in Nevada based on the entrance polls. We don't have anywhere near the final numbers yet. He is expanding his coalition. It does look like he's going to have a big margin there. That certainly helps you rebut your critics. Now, the rest of the party is saying Lily the White, Iowa, Lily White, New Hampshire, disproportionately liberal electorate in Nevada. Those things may all be true, but Bernie Sanders has momentum. It is the most cherished gift in politics, and he has it.
And there's one other point that I think is important to make, and that is this has been such a very big field since the beginning. And there were a lot of candidates, not just Elizabeth Warren, but others who were Bernie Sanders-like progressives. And the question at the beginning was, is it time for Bernie Sanders?
Yeah, so what she's referring to by that, by the way, is she's talking about the fact that Elizabeth Warren was kind of progressive in the beginning of this campaign. Matter of fact, I'm going to be honest with you. In 2016, I wanted her to run. She would have had a better shot at beating Trump than Hillary, because crooked Hillary there was no shot. And I'm sorry if people are offended by that, but that was the name they gave her. And she was guilty. I mean, if you looked at all the facts, she was guilty for it. If you watched the actual, campaign and all the debates and everything, yeah, she was guilty. But Warren, she was into the whole healthcare idea, and then suddenly she switched her healthcare plan to, I think, a single payer, and then worked to universal healthcare. And a lot of progressive people didn't like that, and it showed in the polls that she went down from there. And I think she also went down on the polls when she actually tried to attack Bernie, saying that he was sexist and trying to catch him off the mic, or calling him a liar and trying to get him to get all riled up. But yeah, let's continue from here.
That baton that he has. Is it time for other candidates who are like-minded to get a chance? And what the Bernie Sanders campaign said is, why would you go for New Coke when you have Coke Classic on the ballot? And the answer is they're going for Coke Classic, at least at the beginning here. And his support is about, yes, it's about the movement, but it is also about him, his ideas. And it just didn't translate to some of the other left.
You guys notice she's kind of blinking a lot? I'm not trying to be offensive or anything, but I feel like that's kind of like a tail sign to pretty much say, like, I'm not really comfortable, having to speak my mind about this.
Candidates who were trying to push some of the same ideas.
And once again, CNN has now projected that Bernie Sanders has won the Nevada Democratic Presidential Caucus.
Well, anyways, guys, that's it. Bernie Sanders won the Nevada Caucus. That's right. So we're moving to South Carolina, Super Tuesday. I'm hoping California's going to, step up their game for this moment, for momentum. This is really important. It's the fight of our lives, folks. It really is. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please leave a comment. Show me a video. Let me know what videos. I'll probably send you, by the way, the video down in the description below. I'll probably send you a link to that. If you want to watch it yourself, you can. Anyways, catch you guys later.